What is going on, guys? It's been a while. Currently, I'm in a flight onto Linden Pendling International, coming from New Orleans International Airport. Linden Pendling, if you're not very familiar, is the Bahamas. And I chose this destination just because I personally feel the Bahamas, the Caribbean, really, is the most underrated, like the most overlooked destination to fly to on Infinite Flight. It is absolutely gorgeous there. Many people don't fly there for some reason, but hopefully after this video that'll change. Currently cruising at about 36,000 feet. We'll be starting my descent in a little while, but we are doing good with time, and I won't hold you up. Thank you. All right, we are starting our descent into Linden Pendling, or the Bahamas, whatever you want to call it. And we're coming down, I think, at a pretty good rate. Got the altitude, the cruising altitude set at 10,000 feet, and we're going to just slow down as we go. Spoilers set in flight mode. I don't keep those on during the flight, of course. I cut those on right when I'm starting my descent and trying to slow down. It helps a lot. Flaps set at 2 degrees. The speed will be reduced as I go along. And when I do upload a full video, maybe one day, I will show you how that goes, how I do it. I do a lot of mental math on my own. You see, I'm off of the runway a little bit, but I'll manually control that once I get there. And we're 120 nautical miles out, and we're almost there. All right, so I'm getting close to the Mooney waypoint, and once I really get really close to it, the nav will come off, just because I won't be lined up with the runway if I do, and I might have to adjust a little bit. I'm still working on my time of my turning on the once I get close to a waypoint or whatever. My descent rate is perfect, it seems. I didn't do any like math, writing down anything. It's just all mental math, as you can see up there. Looks like we're gonna be, I guess, on a nice descent to the runway. We should land right in the landing zone. We're gonna slow the airplane down here. We're gonna keep controlling the yes, sorry about that. I don't have trim set. I don't mess with the trim on the 737. Honestly, because it's one of the tougher planes to land, to me. It's one of the toughest ones to land, but I am getting better at it. Flap set at 30 right now, but we are going to be landing full flaps. And I've cut the nav off, just so I can control it by myself, because I know if I let the nav work the turn, I will not be even with the runway. So I'm going to at least try to do it myself. And I think I did a little bit too early. Yeah, I started turning a little bit too early, but we will adjust as we go. We still got the spoilers in flight mode, but that will change in a little bit. And we got the altitude set at 0, just so you won't get hung up. And there goes the arm spoilers. This is really a job, trying to make sure we set the flaps full. Just trying to make sure that you're lined up with this runway. I've gotten so much better at it over the years. I didn't even know like how to, like set, like you see how that has a little ILS runway 14. I didn't even know that you can like change that until last year, 2017. I didn't know you could change that. I didn't know what the little bar beside the altitude reading meant. We're gonna adjust as we go here. I didn't know what that meant. Like I didn't know that meant that you were too high or too low for the runway. And apparently we need to go up a little bit, which we will try to do. We're just trying to line up with this runway right quick. I think we're doing pretty good though. And once I get a little bit, I'm gonna calibrate here because I want to turn the autopilot off soon. But I'm gonna hit the gear once I get right up on the Alice cone, whatever you want to call it, and we're gonna bring this puppy down at about 140 knots. And just adjust as we go. And this is actually my first time landing at this airport. I was just like, man, the Bahamas exist. Like the Caribbean. I'm surprised more people don't fly to the Caribbean on the sim, just because it's more beautiful to look at. And adjusting the speed as you descend is it's just something that becomes, I guess, a muscle memory thing. Like you just start to feel your plane sink, so you throttle it up. You start to feel you float. You start to throttle down. Or pull the throttle back for the overly technical people. But I think we're doing pretty good. We're almost on the line. And get a little bit more. 1,000 call out. Says we need to be up a little bit more. But I think that we're doing pretty good, to be honest. I know how to work this thing. And had to push it a little bit more right there, just because I felt it really sinking on me. Our 500 call out. We're having a destination in less than a minute, which is pretty true.
400.
Yeah, 400 call out.
300. 200.
Here we go. Looking good.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Touchdown. And major error. I did not mean to adjust the screen like that. Go back. Oh, okay. I don't know I don't know what the freak just happened. We're just gonna break it down. And look at that, Caribbean Airlines has the most underrated livery on the sim. To be honest, it's overlooked. But we're gonna taxi over to the gates, and everything went smooth. So we're gonna taxi over to the. I know I was supposed to turn the spoilers off. I just don't feel like doing that right now. Alright, so we have made our way over to the gate. Didn't want to bore you with that. We're going to go ahead and kill those engines. And we're going to cut those seatbelts off so those passengers can get off. And we're going to cut all the lights off because we are done for the day. Hit those flaps to 0. And thank you for watching. Leave any thoughts, any suggestions, anything that you like, anything that you dislike in the comments. And feedback is just basically what I want. And thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. If you ever want to do a flight, just hit me up. And you see the rating there. Thank you for watching.